Welcome to this week's Maryland's Missing and the Murdered. Maryland's Missing and the Murdered is a weekly YouTube channel that covers the topic of missing and murdered individuals from the state of Maryland. This week is Mom Murderers Part 2. 27-year-old Kiearra Tolson of Silver Spring, Maryland, had a 15-month-old daughter named Blair. On July 8, 2020, she went to her friend Latay's house without Blair. When Latay asked Kiearra where Blair was, Kiearra told her that she had starved Blair and threw her away in the trash. She then added that Blair was a demonic snake that could control the weather. Kiearra told Latay that she could take her to where Blair's body was. Latay called police. During the police interrogation, Kiearra told police that she had starved Blair for about 3.5 weeks at their apartment, placed her in a pillowcase, and then put her in the apartment dumpster. Police searched Kiearra's apartment and found that a pillowcase was indeed missing. Kiearra was then charged with murder. A judge ordered a psychiatric evaluation on Kiearra Tolson while authorities searched for Blair's body. After the psychiatrist evaluated Kiearra and submitted the results to the judge ruled that Kiearra Tolson was incompetent to stand trial and that Kiearra was a danger to herself. The judge ruled to have Kiearra Tolson to be held at a psychiatric hospital until she is ruled competent to stand trial. The preliminary hearing is scheduled for September 11, 2020. At this time, little Blair's body has not been recovered. 19-year-old Ria Ramkissoon of Baltimore, Maryland, had a 16-month-old son named Javon. Ria was told about this lady, Queen Antoinette, who ran a church out of a row home by the name of One Mind Ministries. One Mind Ministries was basically a cult. Everyone wore white. Pregnant women were not allowed to get prenatal care. Women were not allowed to work, only to take care of the children. Everyone was known as either princess or prince. In 2006, Ria's mother dropped Ria and Javon off at the row home under the assumption of it being the babysitter. The, quote, babysitter, end quote, told Ria's mother that they would drive them home. 2 days had passed and Ria's mom came back with police. Unfortunately, Ria told them she was fine. 2 years passed without Ria's mom being able to see Ria or Javon. She even tried to get the court involved, but all court papers were ignored by Ria. Sometime between December 2006 and January 2007, the leader, Queen Antoinette, whose real name was Tony Sloan, ordered Ria to not feed Javon because he did not say amen after prayers. Mind you, this was a 16-month-old. Because Queen Antoinette did not trust that Ria would follow through on her orders, Javon was taken from Ria. Unfortunately, Javon passed away. After Javon passed away, Queen Antoinette told Ria that she was a bad mom and told her that if she would hold Javon and sing to him, that his body would be resurrected. Queen Antoinette ordered everyone to pray for Javon's resurrection. Ria spent weeks with Javon's body until the landlord kicked them all out. At that point, the members stuffed Javon's body into a suitcase and they moved to Philadelphia, taking the suitcase with them. In Philadelphia, they put the suitcase in a shed and then abandoned the suitcase there after the cult then moved to New York. In 2008, a disillusioned cult member, Danielle Smith, told a social worker about Javon, who then reported the story to the police. She then led police to the shed in Philadelphia where the suitcase holding Javon's body was found. Ria Ramkissoon, Queen Antoinette, aka Tony Sloan, her daughter Cheverly Williams, and Marcus Cobbs were all arrested for Javon's murder. On March 30th, 2009, Ria Ramkissoon made a plea deal to plead guilty to child abuse leading to murder, with a provision included that if Javon did resurrect, her plea deal would be withdrawn. Her lawyer stated that this would show how, quote, brainwashed, end quote, she was. Ria Ramkissoon was given a suspended sentence with the stipulation that she must remain in a residential facility for treatment. Ria agreed to testify against Sloan, Williams, and Cobbs. In March 2010, all three was convicted of child abuse leading to death. Sloan was also found guilty of second-degree murder. Cobbs was also found guilty of accessory after the fact for helping to cover up the death of Javon. Tony Sloan, aka Queen Antoinette, was sentenced to 50 years. Cheverly Williams and Marcus Cobbs were each sentenced to 15 years. On September 1st, 2014, 26-year-old Sonya Spoon of Cheverly, Maryland, told her mother, Pivy, that she was going to kill herself and her 3-year-old daughter, Kayla. Pivy called police and they took Sonya to the hospital for a psychiatric evaluation. Social workers found that there was no neglect or abuse to her children, Kayla, and 20-month-old son, Aiden, so the hospital released Sonya. 6 days later, on September 7th, 2014, Sonya Spoon woke her mother Pivy up and told her that she had suffocated her children. Pivy ran into the children's room and found Kayla and Aiden with bags around their head secured with duct tape. Despite medical intervention, the children were deceased. Police took Sonya Spoon into custody and charged her with 2 counts of first-degree murder. On March 15, 2017, Sonya Spoon pled guilty to 2 counts of second-degree murder. On June 3, 2017, she was sentenced to 45 years. At sentencing, she said, quote, "I don't know exactly what's wrong with me. What I did was horribly wrong. I wasn't well and couldn't see clearly what was going on," end quote. Thank you for joining me this week. If there is a Maryland's Missing or Murder case that you would like to see on this channel, email me at marylandsmissing@gmail.com. Music is by Silent Vengeance. Sources will be listed in the outro. Please like and subscribe. Click the bell so you will be notified when the next cases are released. I will see you again next week. Be kind to one another. You never know what will happen tomorrow.